A movie that a lot of people underestimated before it came out is doing tremendously well in China. It just had its opening weekend this past weekend in China. It earned $111 million in China. And China is the second biggest movie market in the world after the United States. That's huge. And this article in CBR puts it into perspective, and it actually did better or just below a lot of movies that, have gotten a lot more praise worldwide than Venom. But, the audience excitement and the numbers speak for themselves. At least in China they do. Let's see here. Venom, stars Tom Hardy, by the way. I'm mentioning that because Tom Hardy's referenced in this article, and I don't know, not everybody might know that he's the star of the movie. But here we go. The Tom Hardy-led film managed to surpass initial expectations and earned an astounding $111 million over its opening weekend. That marks the second biggest opening for a superhero film in China ever, behind only Marvel Studios' Avengers Infinity War. Adding in the $111 million from China, Venom is now sitting at $673.5 million globally. And with that number, I think Venom could possibly earn, before it leaves theaters, and then starts to go to like DVD and Blu-ray and streaming and stuff, in the 700 or 800 millions before, it ends, which would be huge. I don't think a lot of people would have thought that this movie would have earned that much, when we first started hearing about it and seeing the trailers. If you remember when the first Venom trailer came out, there was kind of a backlash online. People saying, they didn't like the way that the Venom symbiote effects looked. It looked too plasticky or hard or whatever. And there were other things. A lot of people were certain this movie was going to be crap. Then the reviews came out and they were horrible, but then the movie had a better than expected opening weekend. And a lot of fans and regular people, I guess, who weren't critics, liked it. I saw Venom. I thought it was fun. Certainly not perfect, but I didn't think it was a horrible movie. The movie's done a lot better than I think a lot of people expected. On to the next paragraph. Now let's on to the next paragraph. The popular anti-hero film opened to $34.2 million on its first day of wide release, I guess Friday in China, with $2.5 million of that taken from Thursday previews. This put it above the previous opening day record holder for a solo superhero film, 2016's Captain America Civil War. So it even opened higher than that. I think a lot of people would say that Civil War is a better movie than Venom, but it did even better than that in China. So that's pretty amazing. Given the film's massive opening, it seems likely Venom will surpass $700 million worldwide in the coming weeks. Yeah, I think it will too. Yeah, it only has like about $30 million to go, so it'll definitely do better than that. So this is awesome. This means we'll definitely get a sequel to Venom, of course, a Venom 2. Venom, the first movie, it ended. Spoilers, I guess, if you haven't seen it, but I don't know if this is much of a spoiler since the movie has been out for a long time. They set up the fact that there were multiple symbiotes and, on the symbiote homeworld, even though we didn't see the symbiote homeworld in this movie, it took place on Earth. They had different personalities and, different alliances and stuff. That was talked about, by characters in the movie. So, there's a lot more material for them to do. And they can, of course, get a lot from the comic source material. Now, of course, as you know, Venom is a Spider-Man family character who does not have anything to do, at least not as of now, with the MCU Spider-Man universe. So this does create an interesting situation. There was a lot of people, I think, hoping Venom would fail because they wanted all of Spider-Man and his extraneous, supporting characters to be absorbed into the MCU, right? And that would only happen if, Venom failed, because then Sony wouldn't have much of a leg to stand on, and they would have to, with their tail between their legs, completely give the rights back completely to Marvel. Because right now, Spider-Man, the character, is jointly owned by Marvel, Disney, and Sony. And, they share a stake, and they're working in partnership to work on a lot of these movies together. But since now the Sony Venom movie, with, Marvel's help, but it's a Sony movie, is doing so well, Sony has more of a position of strength and more of, a reason to hold on to the Spider-Man family of characters and not give them all completely back to Marvel. The ones that they have, like Venom, I think there are others, like Black Cat, Silver Sable. I'm not sure who all the Spider-Man characters are that Sony has and Marvel MCU doesn't, but they're not going to let them go now. Now that they're, the Sony Marvel universe, the Venomverse, I guess, is doing really well, they're going to think of, not only are we going to make more Venom sequels, but what other Spider-Man family characters, aside from Venom, can we make movies about and partner with Marvel with? But I don't think we're going to see, the Venomverse absorb into the MCU. I don't think Sony will allow that. and they'll have a stronger negotiating position when they meet with MCU and Kevin Feige to decide how to do things. They won't just be, blindly, whatever Kevin Feige wants, we'll do. They can maybe tell, Kevin Feige, no, we want to do this and that with our characters, since, they have more of the box office clout. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I think this is kind of how it might go. If Venom had failed, that would be one thing, but it hasn't. So, I think the Spider-Man situation for Marvel would be a lot trickier going forward in the future. And it will be strange. A lot of Marvel fans, MCU fans, are unhappy, I think, that they can't have. It is unfortunate. I totally am fine. Sony's fine doing Venom movies and stuff. They have a right to, in my opinion, if the movies are good. But, it would be nice to see, the Spider-Man storyline go how it is in the comics, where he finds, like this suit, this symbiote suit, and then it splits off into Venom like in the comics. They can't do that now because Spider-Man's, played by Tom Holland in the MCU, and Venom and all these other people are played by other people in the Sony Marvel Universe, which is unconnected to the MCU. So they can't. I don't know, maybe, after Avengers 4 comes out, they can do something with the quantum realm and do separate universes, separate dimensions, where they can meet, crossover, I guess, the Sony Marvel Universe and the MCU Marvel Universe. They can do the whole, I guess, to take a page from DC, like a Crisis on Infinite Earths kind of thing, or, the quantum dimension will take us to other Marvels, other universes. Maybe they could have them, meet or marry each other that way, or so to speak, We'll see. But then if they do it, they'll be the ones looking like they started the concept of shared universes within, the movies. But that's DC's thing. Oh no, they'll have been, they're going to one-up DC by doing it first. Uh-oh. I guess I gave Marvel an idea, but they can figure out a way to make it happen. If DC wants to do alternate Earths in their movies, they'll figure out a way to do it. Even if Marvel does it first. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.